Hey, what's up? It's the Mother's House Podcast, and I am D. Sean.
What's going on, everyone? This is Corey in the building. What's happening? What's up with my cuz?
Nothing. I'm great. What's up with you?
I'm blessed, man.
Good. Blessed is good.
It's another day in the life, so.
Great.
So, a lot of countries going after Trump right now, right?
Yeah.
Well, his comments on the shithole countries, and this is during his DACA meeting.
Right.
In the White House. Sean, can you explain to people who don't know what DACA is? What you know about it? I can't really explain it to a T.
Now you gonna ask me questions like this? You gotta ask me before the podcast. Goddamn pop-up questions and shit.
I thought you already knew it though.
I mean, I know a little bit about it, but I would like to do a little bit of research.
Do a little bit more research. Right. I thought we probably should get more research.
But it's fine. But DACA is basically they're the Deferred Action for Childhood Arrivals. It's like a program that helps immigrant kids or helped them back in the day, but now those kids have grown up. So when you hear people say DACA, that's what they're talking about.
Okay. So
and they call them dreamers. They call the kids dreamers.
The dreamers, yeah. Right? Okay, that's the whole dreamers thing. So his comments during the DACA meeting was disturbing. He called pretty much all the African nations and places where melanated people reside in shithole countries. And he said Haitians take them away. He
said they got AIDS. Like, what the fuck? Who said stuff like that? Like, I wouldn't even say something like that, like, and I'm not the president. I just wouldn't even, like, go around talking like that or speaking like that.
This nigga is just an idiot. And this is another thing, man. One, I think we know this is a big distraction.
It's like, it's so obvious at this point. It's like people not even surprised
that he will say something like this. Like,
right, and it's almost like a script.
It's very scripted.
He's like a reality TV show president.
Huh?
He's a reality TV show president.
It's exactly what it is. It's everything we see on reality TV show. He brought it to the White House. Everything you saw on what that damn bullshit show he had.
The Apprentice.
The Apprentice. He bringing it to the White House. You know what I mean? We saw this coming when he was running. You know what I mean? The comments though during the DACA meeting, and then the actions behind it. You dig what I'm saying? It's troubling because it's also detailing the narrative of the quote unquote majority in the United States wanted to exile the minority. You dig what I'm saying? Put black people in an island by themselves, put white, Latinos in an island by themselves. You know what I mean? They're trying to alienate their demographic. The way I want to kind of attack this conversation is more so on the sense of the need of unity amongst black people.
Also, he said that he wanted to bring Norway people over there. Them people don't want to come over here. They want to stay in their little quiet white country and not be bothered.
We just need some good old white Protestant children.
Right, Norwegians.
Hey, get the fuck out of here. How do you feel about it? When you made that statement? Did you feel a way? Did you feel? I think you already just answered that question. But did you feel somewhat attacked in the words he said? Do you feel?
Well, he called them countries shithole countries.
And they called them to say they got AIDS.
I mean, I didn't feel attacked, but I thought it was a horrible statement. Yeah, I thought it was horrible. I definitely thought it was horrible. But I didn't feel attacked personally.
I mean,
and that was a surprise.
Right. It wasn't
like anything can come out of that mouth.
Right. It wasn't like he just sucker punched you in the right jaw and he came out of nowhere. It wasn't like Denzel Washington saying police brutality ain't that bad or something like that.
Right.
Or, you know, but I think that we know what Donald Trump is about. We know what it's about. We know what's going on with that. We know that this country is built off of capitalism, built off of crony. What they call it? Crony capitalism? Crony? Whatever you call it. But this is the thing. I think that it's a distraction, man. It's a distraction behind those who are pushing policies. Now you got people across the globe who are boycotting, like places like Ghana. Ghana's lawmakers are boycotting, you know, the United States. You got places like Ethiopia's boycotting and stopping foreign adoptions.
Right, and then you have just lawmakers and politicians all over the world denouncing what President Trump said. Yeah.
But whenever we see something get so popularized in the media, in this day of media, because this day of media is attention seeking, right?
Right.
So they want to harp on the things that, you know, everybody's looking at it. You know what I'm saying? But not necessarily give you the news. So when you go to the news, you ain't getting a news story. You're getting a play-by-play of what's going on socially across the globe.
Right.
Yeah.
And then I can't believe they still talking about it though. Ain't it happened like a couple of days ago?
Yes, it did.
Like it wasn't that big of a deal to me. It was just a typical Trump say some flip shit. Like I don't know.
But do you think? But that's what makes me more weary about it to a point. Not that the fact he said what he said, but more so what the fuck really going on that they try to hide from us.
Right, ain't no telling.
You know what I mean? Like, what the fuck is really happening? What are they really showing? And something tell me, and we can kind of look at it, him trying to put him making that statement about the Asian American, and they actually making moves to push Asian Americans out of America, and then making moves to push out Nicaraguan and Sudanese refugees out of America, or stop the influx of Sudanese refugees coming into America or Asians coming into America. They actually making moves right now doing that. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
That's more troubling to me than his statement.
Mm-hmm.
You know, how do you feel about that? Do you see that being a troubling thing, not just to America, but to black folks?
You ask me, is it troubling to black Americans that they're possibly pushing other immigrants out of America?
Pushing other black immigrants, black people.
I don't think it will bother black Americans. I think it'll suck for those families that may be broken up and, you know, all of that stuff, far as the people who were kind of dependent on, you know, such and such brother, mama, sister, cousin coming over here, and it messes up their whole plans. I think that sucks, but I mean, I don't think black Americans really have anything to be worried about when it comes to immigration.
I think it will affect black Americans because they're not doing it just because they don't want these people here. You know what I mean? America becoming it's becoming predominantly black and brown people are becoming the face of America. It's becoming more black and brown in America. They trying to stop that influx and the flow of that. You dig what I'm saying? And that will affect the political scene. You dig what I'm saying? Black people, we just focus on just the black Americans, you know what I'm saying? Not the second generation Africans who are here or the third generations, you know what I mean? Just strictly black Americans, African Americans. In America, we are in the minority. We won't be able to push any real political power towards anything because we are the minority in the group.
But I think black Americans are...
If you unite with other groups like the Asian Americans, the African Americans, that's the thing about being Pan-Africanism, you know?
But I think black Americans already focus on those groups. Matter of fact, they focus on those groups a lot. They focus on those groups more than they focus on themselves. Most black Americans are pro. I've never met a black American who's not pro-immigration. Like, they think, or we think, or feel that I think we all just we want to go with what's morally right. And we feel like, if you're taking somebody out of a bad situation and bringing them to the United States to a better situation, why not? I think that's what most Black Americans think.
I think that's the case if you look at it from just that point. Yeah, I agree. I agree. Most of African Americans feel that way. But do you see the stance of it affecting us politically? Exiling and pushing away the Black nations. You dig what I'm saying? Push away the Haitians, push away the African, Sudanese, the Ethiopians. Pushing them away, keeping them out, kicking them out, and we had a minority in the country again.
So,
do you see that becoming a problem? Do you see that not being a problem? You see that as not even a thing that Black folks should really focus on? What you see?
I don't think it's gonna be a problem to me because those groups kind of are those groups, and they aren't.
You think we should keep it separate and just focus on our individual fights?
Yeah.
I don't think that's right. That's not me personally. I disagree with that, but go ahead and expound why you think that, cuz.
Well, I feel like Black Americans just have a lot of problems on their own. Okay. And a lot of their problems actually involves immigrants, whether people know it or not. And I just think...
Can you break that down a little bit more?
Well, studies have been shown that a lot of immigrants are replacing Black Americans in a lot of different ways, from like the top of the spectrum to the bottom of the spectrum, from like getting in schools to like getting these jobs that people claim nobody want, like from them claiming that Africans or other people who look like us are hired before us because they think that Black Americans are more militant and like speak up more. So it's
rebellious.
Yeah. So it's just been a problem, like, and I don't think Black Americans really realize that problem. Well, some do, because I listen to some on this little show I listen to. But I think it's hurting more than helping. I would say that.
I don't think so.
But it's not just African immigrants, though. It's like...
Yeah, I know you're speaking on the long group, like immigrants, period. It's immigrants in the whole, like African to the Mexicans to... Italians to any immigrant, I think the opposite when it comes to uniting. When I think of unity, I think uniting amongst Black people. Like during the Haitian Revolution, they didn't get along, right? During the Haitian Revolution, all of them come from different cultures, different creeds, different tribes in Africa, different tribalism, all of they didn't always get along. But when they did get along and realized the common enemy, they band together and fought against that enemy and gained their revolution. Now, granted, they are catching hell due to that revolution and winning that rebellion, becoming the first African nation or Black nation in the Western Hemisphere, free from slavery. But us dividing ourselves in these subgroups, African Americans here, Haitian Americans there, Jamaican Americans here. You know what I'm saying? When we do that, we alienate ourselves and we are easier picked off in that way. I think books like, The Art of War, Sun Tzu, The Art of War, or, reading books like Things Falls Apart from Chinua Achebe, or The Miseducation of the Negro by Carter G. Woodson, or the ISIS papers from Dr. Francis Cress Wesson. Reading these books helped me frame the work in my mind that, things that unity, real unity for Black Americans and for Black people, melanated people, is the best way to fight and combat against white supremacy, against the fear of of a Black planet, against the white inferiority complex. You dig what I'm saying? I think you need to unite on all those fronts. Now, when we talk about like individual problems within this country, like, and this is the thing, when I think with a lot of immigrants from black immigrants coming to America, we may see a lot more assimilation or feel that way because we feel like they ain't really us. That's because we're different culture. You dig what I'm saying? But pushing culture aside, pushing religion aside, pushing all these other things aside, and actually work together and build, like, just like the division amongst black straight men and black gay men, or, you know, black men and black women. Like, fuck the differences. We need to build. Like, children can't live off of these differences. You know what I'm saying? There's black children's gonna come out of these, you know, immigrant and black immigrants or Jamaican and African American relationships. Like, we ain't got time to sit here and kind of alienate ourselves from those situations. But,
well, I don't think it's us alienating ourselves. I think when they come over here, they alienate themselves. I don't think they come over here to build. They come over here for a better life for themselves. I don't think they're coming here to, like, join the struggle. They're coming here to benefit off the struggle that already happened, you know, via our ancestors. So I don't think it's nothing wrong with being, you know, having separate groups. Like, I don't think there's nothing wrong with them being them and us being us. I'm not saying, like, don't talk to them, you know, y'all can't sit with us, but I am saying it's sometimes you have to recognize who you are and protect who you are before you can protect anyone else. Like, when you're on their airplane, they tell you to put the thing over your face first. You know, then after you're safe, then you can help somebody else. You can't help nobody if you not safe. You ain't gonna be able to help nobody.
That's cool. I get that. But when we talking about the fight against white supremacy, when we talking about the fight against the government, against police brutality, I don't give a fuck if you're African or not. They shot Amadou Diallo 46 times because they saw a black man, not because they saw an African.
Right, and
black man.
And I'm sure they run into
black person down in the street any given time just because they perception of what black is, the fear of the black man.
Well, I'm sure other nationalities get caught up in the crossfire of a black American. Like, I don't doubt that happens, but I still feel like there's just a difference, and I don't think there's nothing wrong with that difference. But I think it's a difference that should be acknowledged. And I think the fact that we all look alike kind of confuses us and makes us think that they're automatically down for us or us down for them. I think it does. Yeah, I think it does. Because then you have to think about, like, where's their mind at? Do they come over here like that? Like, it's very important to see where their mindset is. And as far as discrimination or as far as people choosing so-and-so first, their names are different, so a lot of times that'll stick out to people, like when they're getting hired and stuff, and when they're getting certain positions that we aren't getting or that they're getting more than us. A lot of things about their heritage and their ethnicity stick out during that process, so that makes a difference too.
Well, I know a lot of Africans and Jamaicans and Haitians, a lot of Haitians, who come to America and be in poverty-stricken neighborhoods, in projects, in the hood of hoods. They don't come here with a silver spoon in their mouth. Not a lot of them. And I'm talking about the refugees. You got to put that in context too. But they do have people who come from these African nations who come here to get their education, further their education, and take their resources back to their homeland. And that's how they, you know, navigate and build, and how they want to build and fight against oppression. You know, there's different tactics a lot of people do because of culturally what they do. And I think this all stems from the division due to white supremacy. This division, or this offset look on other nations outside of us in America as African Americans or African people, African descendant people. We don't get me wrong, our story is unique. Just like everybody else, you know, story is unique to where they're at. But at the same time, this very similar struggles all stem from white supremacy. You dig what I'm saying? In order to combat white supremacy, you gotta unite. You know what I'm saying? That's why I'm a Pan-Africanist to a certain extent. But I get what you're saying. Like, it's like I see exactly what you're talking about. Like, I can understand what you're talking about, but I just don't agree that, you know, when things like this happen, when they pushing out, the immigrants and castigating black nation, African nations as shithole countries, castigating and saying African nations have AIDS. You might as well say black folks had AIDS. When you do shit like that, you painting a picture on blackness. You know what I'm saying? You demonizing blackness. You cultivating a narrative that blackness is anti-good. You know what I'm saying? In the lexicon of things. And I think the best way to combat that is uniting with your brothers and sisters overseas. But I do agree that us as African Americans do need to be more united here as well. We gotta continue to work on that.
I mean, I don't think it's nothing wrong with uniting with them if they want to get with the program. Like, ain't nothing wrong with people coming over here and joining the fight, but do they want to do that? And then, as far as them,
there's a lot of people who do. I think even if we,
I'm sure some do. I'm not saying like it's not an all-inclusive thing. And then, as far as them coming over with a silver, like, I know it's different levels of all of them that come over, from the richest of the rich to like the people coming over on the wing and the prayer. Like, I know that. Like, I know it's not just, I'm not saying that all Africans are rich.
Right.
And I'm not saying that all are poor either. I know it's different levels. And really and truly, all of those levels are replacing the people who are here. All of the immigrant levels. The richest immigrants, the middle class immigrants, the poorest of the poor immigrants. So it's like, well, damn. Like, people are facing it from the top. People are getting it from the bottom. Like, it's something that is really affecting things in this country. Like, for real.
Right. I mean, it does affect us in this country. I just think that,
But yeah, if anybody want to join the fight, if a white person looks at us and say, you know what, African Americans or whatever y'all want to call yourselves, I get it. And how do y'all need me to help? And they're willing to do what we need them to help, then by all means, like, I'm not going to say, no, fuck you. I still don't want you, no. But, who wants to join the fight? You know what I'm saying? Like,
I think that you got African nations that want to join the fight. You look at how Ghana is very receptive to African Americans coming over there and building businesses over there with them. You know what I'm saying? Trying to build trade ports through Ghana into Africa, into America. They trying to build that in Ghana. But you go, United States is attacking these ports like Sudan, Yemen, Libya, Syria, even Ghana, Nigeria. Like, I think the fact that, African Americans are reaching out to Africa and reaching out to Haiti and uniting with these countries and building with these countries, that's a good thing. That's a thing that can help and push more, because it's showing that they do know the history of what's going on in America. They do see the oppression. They do see the mass incarceration. They do see these things, and they want to be involved and want to help in the best way that they can. And we shouldn't turn that down. And some people do come to this country with that mind frame to want to help. If you look at the grapevine, even though they have those little disputes about the African versus the African Americans on their show, but also I still think they still realize we're in America. You know what I mean? We're American. We're American based show. We're based out in New York. We're going to have these discussions about American issues because we're here in America and we're going to have to live in America and we're going to have to deal with some of the similar issues that African Americans deal with. So we're going to speak to African Americans. That's predominantly who our audience is going to be. Right. Our audience ain't going to be, Sudanese or Nigerians or the Igbo tribe. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I think that, if you are an African immigrant, or an immigrant from Haiti, or an immigrant from the Caribbeans, and you come to America, right? And you're a black man. You're a black man in America. That's what you're going to be seen as when you get here. You're no longer a Haitian until you speak. You dig what I'm saying?
Right. And I'm not against anybody joining.
You should at least adhere, but understand and get an understanding of what's going on in America, the climate here. When you come here. Right. That's just like you go anywhere. If you move to Canada, you gotta understand the climate of where you want, as you being a black man in Canada, is gonna be.
Right, yeah, I definitely understand that. And I'm not saying like don't listen to them or whatever. I just feel like African Americans should just fix our problems and focus more on our shit before we focus more on anything else. And I feel like
if you want to live in the nation, you got to focus on the problem that's in the nation. Yeah, I agree.
And I feel like when it comes to things like jobs, which we are losing to immigrants, shouldn't we have jobs before we get like jobs and all these colleges? Like, I think Harvard said that they got some type of number that most of their black people, a large percentage of their black people are now all black immigrants. In these colleges. So shouldn't we get those spots in these jobs and these schools before they get them?
But that's how I feel. Not the onus on the Africans or the immigrants.
I mean, I'm not blaming them for it. I'm just saying, like, we should just put us first. That's all I'm saying. And I think we should pay more attention to African Americans, quote unquote. So.
Right. I get it. Like I said, I get it. I get what you're saying. But the onus falls all the way back down to white supremacy and racism. I think they've pushed those matters to help us see the division amongst each other. You know what I'm saying?
I don't think so. I don't think it's about that. I think they just want them over here to shut us up.
That too. That's all tactics of white supremacy and racism. Is just shut the niggas up, shut the black folks and niggas up in America, get them off this pro-black African, pan-African train, keep them divided, keep them divisive, so we can continue to push these people out, bring in Norwegians, bring in other white immigrants, give them the fucking jobs, give them the resources. Take away the resources more resources from the African American community that they trying to build for themselves. Destroy that, take that away, give that to another branch group, because the African Americans are getting locked up on a high number now. And it's not just African American men, it's African American women.
It's mostly black guys, though.
So what?
It's mostly black guys.
It's mostly black guys. Yeah, we can't misuse the facts out of here. But at the same time, I think that in order to unite, in order to fight and win against white supremacy, and this is where I'm coming from, we have to unite regardless. I think African Americans do need to focus on their problems, and we got to focus on their issues. I think we need to start continuing to build schools that for African Americans, benefits for African Americans, and not necessarily alienate any other national group. But also, I don't think us not having I think we should care. And this docket situation is bigger than just us. You dig what I'm saying? This affects us globally. You dig what I'm saying? Across the world, African Americans, we are the ones who are being seen. You dig what I'm saying? We are being seen all over the world. And you dig what I'm saying? Our situation, our issues, our problem, our oppression, it has been showcased across the globe. Whether it's in cinema, whether it's in the news, whether it's in the music, whether it's in art, it has been showcased across the world. So people are aware of our situation. And people are, and we kind of sometimes, us as African Americans, just sit ourselves in the box, sit ourselves in the bubble, and just kind of just see us outside of it. It's us against everyone else. And I'm talking about black folks. I ain't talking about the Mexicans. I ain't talking about what's going on in Thailand. I ain't talking about what's going on in Costa Rica. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about us as melanated people, black people across the world. I think we do need to unite. You got any last words you want to give to the people, Shawnee? I know we kind of passed our 20-minute mark, probably.
Yeah, it's almost 30. No, I'm good.
You good? So, let us know what y'all think, man. Build in the comment section. Hit that like button, hit that share button. Like, comment, subscribe, and we'll catch y'all next time. Peace.
Peace out.
I will not raise my daughter differently than my mother raised me. The rearing I got from my mother, words cannot express. I could live in any time, I could live in any country, I could live on any planet, and I would be fine.
What was the key? What did your mother know? What truth was coming through your mother that's going to come through you to your daughter?
My mother gave us aphorisms to learn as children. And the one that there are two that stand out foremost in my mind. One is the inner reality creates the outer form. I learned this when I was in grade school. I was very young. And the other is the universe bears no ill to me. I bear no ill to it.